Dude, I think my watch is off. Because how am I at 10,619 steps and I already have 502 calories? And Leslie has 1,000 more steps and she's at almost 400 calories. That doesn't make sense, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I think... So one of our watches is messed up.
Yeah, because I told you last time...
that I did more steps on the walk than your thing.
Yeah.
Maybe my watch is messed up.
I think your steps is higher by 1,000 steps. I don't know.
Yeah, but she's 1,000 more steps than me and she has less calories.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah.
New watch.
Nah, hell no.
Así como tú con la camera.
Yeah, so welcome back, guys, to Nomas podcast. We're currently on our little weight loss journey. This morning, I had a low weigh-in of 173.3, I believe. So my goal is 165 pounds. So getting pretty close to that. I can tell already by like my face, by like the way my shirts fit. Like, man, it took me a while to get back to this weight, but I'm still not there. But obviously getting close to the final weight, which is 165. And then if I get to 165, maybe lower, but I think 165 should be good.
Then you want to be what I weigh right now because that's how much I weigh.
How much do you weigh right now?
165. I weighed myself like a week or 2 weeks ago. So.
Oh, shit. Yeah, but you know what? Like, I don't even think I was chubby, but I retained a lot of like body fat, like on my lower midsection, which I think a lot of people do. Like, I think that's the like last part that people lose weight from. But I hate it. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better now.
Maybe it was water retention.
Yeah, it's
because we were eating out a lot when I was pregnant.
No, it's not that. It's just the body fat. Like a lot of people, like the last part to lose weight is from the midsection. Like one of the first places that people lose weight from is the face right away. But yeah, I feel a lot better. So, and the way that I'm currently doing it is by tracking my macros. I'm like calculating my food, which now that I'm eating like almost exactly the same, almost just about this every single day. And then I don't really calculate it as much, but because I already know what I'm intaking.
Yeah.
But my calories are 1,500 calories, and protein and carbs I kind of level out the same, and fats is very minimal. But that's how I'm doing it. And
your daily Nuyo that fits in the map.
Yeah, I honestly do the Nuyo. We go get Nuyo almost every day, but I do it mostly for Chelo, so we can like get out of the house, and that way I know she's into like desserts. I mainly just do it for you. I mean, it's good, but yeah, I do it mainly for you.
Next time you're not getting one.
Yeah. All right, ready to start?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready? Welcome to Hoy No Más podcast with Angel Houseman.
All right, so this is going to be episode 83, another episode with Chelo. Welcome back, Chelo.
Have I been on the last 3 episodes since 80?
I believe so. Yeah. So another episode with Chelo. How do you like being on the podcast back to back?
Honestly, it doesn't even feel like I've been back to back. It almost feels like the last podcast we did was like over a month ago. Like how it used to be before. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, shit. It just feels like that.
Yeah, and it was just a couple of days because we recorded it on Monday. Yeah.
So, yeah, 5 days ago.
Yeah. But by the way, for anybody that wants to start anything in life, I know it's hard, the beginning stages. And even though the podcast right now, it's not like nowhere near where I wish it would be at. Man, just do it. Just do it. Continue like taking steps every single day towards your goals and dreams. One of the things that I've told Chelo in the past, and I've told other friends too, that one of my biggest motivations that I just got into perspective was that I recently found out about Theo Von, and Theo Von is one of the biggest podcasters in the world. I think his podcast ranks like top 10 or whatnot. And I just recently found out about him, and he's one of the top podcasters, right? But how am I going to be complaining about like my numbers not big and not being big or not being where I want to be when I just like, I'm going on 2 years right now, And I'm sure there's a lot of people that still till this day, obviously they haven't discovered my podcast, my content. But the thing is that when I just discovered this guy, one of the top podcasters, Theo Vaughn, and he's been doing it for I think 10 years. So how am I going to complain about people not finding my content, which I just started 2 years ago?
Yeah, I was going to say that. I didn't even know who Theo Vaughn was until you told me.
So there you go, right? So that's the thing. It's just it's not a race. It's not a sprint. It's a journey with anything you do in life, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to put it out there that a lot of the times one of the hardest things is that the baby going off. Yeah.
She's just moving her little.
Oh, okay.
No, she's fine.
Okay. Yeah, we have the baby right now monitoring. We just came back from having dinner maybe 2 hours ago or something.
Yeah, we were back by 9ish.
Yeah, but then I was also watching the UFC fights. Canelo was also fighting, but to be honest with you, I wasn't even interested in the Canelo fight.
And you always get double charged every time you're trying to watch it.
Yeah, but yeah, I was watching the UFC fights. Yeah, it was pretty entertaining. They did the whole event over in Vegas and at the Sphere. So yeah, what the hell's that?
Your phone?
Oh, what the hell? I think we have a caller. Hey, what's going on, bro? Can you hear me? Hey, Chelo, can hear.
Is this the Hoy Nomas love line?
Yeah, this is the love line, man. Are you looking for love?
No, but I was calling for a friend.
Hey, what's going on, bro? Hey, by the way, Chelo can also hear you, so if you want to say hi, you're more than welcome to say hi.
Hi, Chelo. You don't know me, but I know you now through the podcast.
What is your name? I don't even think he said his name.
No, I didn't. My name is, let's just say, Anonymous.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you want to remain anonymous?
Yeah, for now.
Okay, okay. So talk to me, bro. By any chance, do you remember what episode you started watching the podcast from?
I actually do. I actually search you on TikTok by name.
Yeah.
Because I remember you had certain goals in life back in the day.
Oh shit!
And then I search you, and I find you on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then the first clip that showed up, it was the one of Chelo, with her ayahuasca story. First one.
Oh no way! So wait. Before you continue going, what goals do you remember that I had?
Well, I remember you wanted to be successful, and you always want to be your own boss.
Yeah.
And you kind of were all the time, because you had your own little shop, and then you were always like a go-getter.
Thank you, bro.
You used to work there at the farmers market down there on what is it, Imperial?
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. You remember that, bro?
Yeah.
But you know what?
I remember.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, it was just weird, because you just popped in my head one day, and I'm like, wonder if he made it, because I remember you used to do vlogs on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Going to the gym.
Yeah.
Going to the gym.
Yeah.
But not gonna comment on that.
Oh, okay.
But I wonder if you kept going, on making videos and all that.
Right.
So that's why I searched you.
Yeah.
And behold, you still kept doing it.
Yeah. Well, still doing it, but we still haven't made it yet. But I was just finishing telling Chelo right now that, you know what, just life and any goal in life, it's not a sprint, it's a journey, right? So even though I still haven't made it when it comes down to my dreams and goals and all that stuff, but we're still marching forward and giving it our best shot.
It's like my wife told me once, it's like you have a big goal, but you have to have small short-term goals to achieve that big goal.
Right.
So it's like a step by step.
Right, right. Yeah, I definitely agree with that, man. Like, honestly, you saying all of that just took me back, man. Like, man, we were just kids at that age, and until this day, I'm still trying to, like, pursue my goals and dreams. And it's just, man, it's a part of me is like, fuck, like, I still haven't made it. But at the same time, I feel proud of myself that I'm still working towards that. Not sure if that makes any sense.
Yeah, but I think that's more because you're like I don't know if it's like a perfectionist or like you have like this idea of yourself.
Uh-huh.
But if you were to tell like somebody that doesn't know you, like, and compare the you from like 10 years ago to the you now, they would see a big difference,
Yeah, gotcha. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. And yeah, of course, I'm not taking anything for granted, like, because outside of like my goals and dreams, I feel like I'm super, super blessed. I have a good job. I have my house. I have Chelo, now my daughter, right? But my goals and dreams, obviously, like I still work on them every single day. And at times I do feel down that I'm not where I wish I was, but more than anything, like you were saying, anybody maybe looking from an outsider perspective, they see it differently, right? But I just really hold myself with high standards that I should be, I guess currently at in life, right? But yeah,
but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah. I
because
agree.
it's like it's just the way you are. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's just that sometimes we don't see what other people see in us.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And so what do you think about the podcast so far when you started watching it and up to now? Have you seen a difference?
Well, yeah, that first story, it was like to me, it was like not like the first time I actually saw like a big, I must say, like a interview about a ayahuasca experience.
Yeah.
Because I've heard about it and read about it, but never like a whole story.
Right.
And then I even commented, I'm gonna watch all of the rest of the episodes, and I went back and I started watching them all.
Oh, that's
And
dope.
it, to me, is very entertaining. Like,
Okay.
I don't know why, the reasons why other people watch, but I watch it because I find it interesting. And but yeah, I saw the big difference because, like, the way you had your setup and the cameras and the angles and your editing a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I see little things that is just me that it catches my attention.
Right.
I don't know if you got the picture I sent you.
Oh, you send me one right now?
See, you got the, yeah, through the line.
Yeah.
It's because, like, I usually watch the podcast at work on my phone.
Uh-huh.
And it's like a tiny, I'm gonna say, like, what, 5-inch screen.
Yeah.
And then the last episode I saw it on my TV, and you can actually see big, and I see like more detail on it.
Oh shit.
And then I caught that you have that graphic for your name.
Yeah.
But you didn't have Chelo.
Oh,
but that same drawing you have for your name,
right,
Angel Houseman, is the one from the picture that you have in the background, right?
Right.
You drew that yourself, right?
Those I actually got an artist to do it for me. I've done some in the past, but right now, like, to be honest, something that I've been doing a lot is, in this I really recommend to anybody, is to pretty much delegate a lot of different things, because if you try to do everything yourself, you're going to be limiting yourself. Like, a lot of the editing of the podcast I learned myself, right? But now I'm starting to delegate like some of the editing with the captions, the artwork, things like that, because if not, like, I wouldn't be able to be releasing a podcast every single day, every single week.
Yeah, it takes some time because I just started like trying to get into editing, and as it is, to make like a TikTok, it takes like sometimes longer than a day, and it doesn't even come out the way I want it to come out.
Yeah.
So I can see the work that goes behind in the editing.
Yeah, bro. Like, it used to take me 3 freaking days to edit one podcast. Now, like, a podcast, a full like hour and 30 minutes, even with graphics added to the podcast, I'll be done with it like within an hour and 30 minutes at the most. Yeah, so man, like, and you know what? It's crazy. Last time I think you messaged me that you caught all the different things that I was doing with the podcast, right? That I was, I entered an ad into the podcast. I implemented the YouTube clips, all of that, and you were able to catch that. So I really appreciate that you people do pay attention.
I comment on that. Do you have like that YouTube Premium,
Yeah,
or what is
yeah,
that one where you don't get ads?
yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah,
I don't. I don't, so I get all the ads.
yeah.
But on
Yeah.
this last episode,
Uh huh.
there was like so many ads.
Oh shit! No
I
way.
counted at least six,
Oh, what the
and I
heck?
was like, damn, like that's a lot of ads.
Oh, what the heck? I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that
Yeah,
because
like,
yeah,
well, you
because
probably don't know because you have the
True.
subscription, but like you put it down, like you should watch it when you're signed out, and you're gonna see the ads.
so you think it's overwhelming the ads?
No, it was just a shock because the previous episode
Uh huh.
it had like two ads, and
Oh.
since you started getting ads,
Uh huh.
it's just like one or two.
Yeah.
But this last episode had a bunch of ads.
Oh shoot, that's
I don't know
crazy.
if it's just my account
Yeah.
or it works different for different people, but
Right.
it was just I thought it was weird.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't even choose where to enter the ad. So YouTube has a place that you just like have YouTube enter the ads like randomly, and it just does it. So I don't even know where the ads are being entered.
But you do have that one in video ad, right?
Right,
For
right. Yeah, yeah. That one I did about the S&P.
yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm doing the podcast without a hat, man. How do you like that?
Well, I don't know. Ask Chelo.
What do you think, Chelo? Good? You like it? You
Yeah,
don't
it's
like it?
fine.
Yeah. I like it, bro. It took me a lot to get out of my comfort zone in order for me to do this, and now I feel good about it.
Well, it's good. You feel good.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You said you had like only 10 minutes. I don't want to take too much of your time, bro. Is there anything you want to leave to the audience, whoever listens to this, anything you would want to say, a special message, your favorite episode, what you like about the podcast, anything you want, a quote that you like?
Now that you mentioned that on the latest episodes,
Uh-huh.
you haven't been saying a lot of quotes.
Okay.
And I remember at the beginning of the podcast, you used to say that you live your life by quotes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Remember
that's
that?
true.
You know what? You bring
And-
up a good point. Yeah. Yeah, but
And
uh-huh.
well, I was gonna say that was something I relate a lot, but you're free to do whatever you want, you know. But I remember that was for me, it was like a hook too.
Right. And you know what?
So like, I wonder if I heard this quote.
Right. You know what? That's something that I was just thinking back at times, because at times I really, I was listening to other podcasts, right? I'm a consumer to other people's content as well. And some of the content that I was listening to, they were like actually leaving a good impact in life and journey, right? And at times I'm like, fuck, like maybe I should kind of take it back and do something more inspirational or do something better with the content. But where I do feel like I'm doing something positive is when I do talk, or when I do have those episodes of ayahuasca, or when people come and share their story, right? Because my main goal with the podcast is, one, for people to understand, they know like of ayahuasca plant medicine, because with big pharma, a lot of the times they like to disregard all of that ancient knowledge that at once people used to have, right? And then another thing too is I just want to impact one person in a positive way at the very minimum. And for me, that would be like the ultimate goal, that somebody, by watching some of this content, to change their life in a positive way.
Well, you already did, man.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro.
I gotta get going, but I'm gonna leave you guys with end the audience with one quote.
Okay.
I don't remember if you say it, but it goes like, "Good, bad, or best, never let it rest until your good is better than your best."
Okay, I like that. Like that. Did you get it, Chelo?
My brain's like loading. It kind of sounds like a tongue twister.
Okay, so say one last time before you go.
Good, bad, or best, never let it rest until your good is better than your best.
I like that. I like that. So pretty much like make your. At one point, you're gonna get to a point that your regular good is gonna outdo your best, right?
Yeah, like keep improving.
Exactly. I
Bad
like that.
things.
I like that. Man, bro, appreciate that. I think you're gonna be like the first. Yeah. Oh, so last person somebody left a message, but you're the first actual caller to the podcast. So I appreciate that a lot, and I appreciate all the support. Believe it or not, you, my cousin, and Julian, and other people that watch the content consistently and leave comments, things like that. You guys are a huge motivation to continue going with the podcast. So I really appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. What would I do my Wednesday night without a new episode?
All right, bro. Well, I'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right, take care. Bye, Chelo.
Bye.
Good
Thank
night.
you for calling.
If you are someone that's suffering from hair loss, whether you're a man or a woman, there is now SMP, scalp micropigmentation. SMP is a non-surgical cosmetic procedure designed to create the appearance of a closely shaved or bust hairstyle on the scalp. It can also be used to enhance the density of existing hair by creating the illusion of fuller coverage. Make sure to contact SD Inc. as right now they are currently discounting $500 from your procedure if you mention Hoy Nomas podcast. SD Inc., thank you for being a sponsor to the podcast. And if you have a business or would like to sponsor the podcast, feel free to contact us through Hoy Nomas podcast on Instagram. Now back to the episode.
Hell yeah. Leslie got another strike.
Oh, yeah? Man, okay, so that was the first caller to the hotline. He was looking for love.
Dude, so this guy knows you from like back in the day.
Yeah. I went to school with him, and I guess
so you do know who it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't know, but I didn't know that he was looking for me because of all the different goals.
I think I know who it is on the comments now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know.
But it's crazy though, right? That there was some sort of impact left behind from years ago that he's like, I wonder what happened to this guy's life. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, dude,
right?
like, how come all of a sudden you came up to his like mind and be like, oh, let me look for Angel?
Yeah, but do you ever wonder of people's life? And like, I wonder what happened to this person, and he did, right? And he looked for me, and he's like, oh shit, he found me, which is dope.
Yeah. No, I never feel like that.
No,
I don't really care.
Yeah, same, right? I do the same, right? But what I've been watching and knock on wood, right, is that I get to see through social media at times that people that, even though I wasn't really close to them, but I kind of knew who they were. At times they post them and like, oh, this person passed away. This other person passed away. And they're still young. They were like around my age. So it gets me like, I don't know. It sucks, man. It sucks.
Now that you say it in that aspect, I feel like, because me and you are like 10 years apart, basically.
Yeah.
But I know like from my generation, from when I graduated high school, people that were my same age, I can give you like 10 names of people that passed away already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Like under different circumstances, but they all went to high school with me. Not that I was friends with them, but I was like, oh, like I recognize that person or that person. Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, it sucks, right? But for me, that got me, man, that really motivated me a lot, because you never know who you're impacting in life, right? because maybe I would always speak about that, right? My goals, my dreams, this is what I want to do. And people are listening, man. Like I would have never known that he remembered all of these different goals and expectations about myself. And it got like embedded in his brain that he got curious down like years later.
Yeah.
That like, oh shit, let me see what he's doing. And then he mentioned the vlogs too. Then now he obviously watches a podcast. Once again, thank you, bro, for supporting the channel. But it's crazy. It really gave me that perspective that maybe at times people won't send you a message or whatnot, but you might be impacting somebody in a positive way, or regardless if people are not interacting with you, they're still listening.
Yeah, they're still listening and they're still watching.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't mean that in a, like a cocky way or anything, but the thing is that at times people watch and they don't like to comment because maybe they're shy, like, you know, to leave a message behind, because at times if you leave a comment behind on a podcast or anything or on social media, at times somebody will come at you and reply, and maybe a lot of times they just like to watch from a bystander perspective, you know, but you just never know who's listening to you.
Yeah.
So
I'm that type of person that I just watch stuff and I never really comment on anybody's stuff, but I still support them.
How do you support?
Like by liking their content. But I don't really like, for me personally, I don't really like commenting on other people's stuff. But I like watching their stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
It's rare when I'm like, oh, let me say something.
Right.
But me personally, I don't like commenting.
But taking it back to the same thing now, like applying it to the podcast, applying it to your social media, but then don't you complain, or not complain, but don't you feel like, fuck, like nobody supports or nobody's showing any appreciation or things like that?
Yeah, it does feel like that sometimes.
All right.
Yeah.
So, and you're not doing it, but you watch it.
Yeah.
But is it because these creators are big already? Is that what it is?
Oh, yeah, I think that's what it is
okay.
too. Yeah.
Because I do the same, right? I watch, and now if it's a smaller creator, I'll probably do that, right? And especially if they're cool with me, then I'll go ahead and support them, right? But for bigger content creators or podcasts or YouTubers, right, I don't comment, right? Because I'm like, they have enough people, like,
they're not gonna freaking see my comment.
yeah, exactly. I think only to one or two, maybe I'll do it once in a while, but for the most part, I don't either, because I'm like, they have a lot of people already doing their thing and commenting and all that stuff. But taking it back to us, if you guys do watch the content, man, like, show us some love, because like I told the caller right now, it's those comments, that appreciation that has been shown. It's motivation, because it's hard at the beginning when you're trying to set a foundation into creating the podcast, the content, anything in life. Always the beginning. It's always the hardest, right? Mm-hmm. Because I think I've said it in the past, right? That it's people won't show support until it becomes popular to show support.
Yeah, like right now that we're talking about comments, the other day I was like scrolling at night on TikTok, and I saw this account of this girl that she does like cleaning videos and like home decoration stuff, and her video had a lot of likes. So then I liked the video, and then for some reason I felt like commenting on the video, and I did, and then I went to her profile and she didn't have that many followers, and I was like, oh, okay, like, you know, I was watching a bunch of her other stuff and I was liking it, but I never thought she was going to follow me back. And then the next morning, she ended up following me back, and now we like each other's stuff.
Nice. And this is on TikTok?
Yeah, on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you see, at times that's all it takes, because even like I think like Danny Flores, right? He has a lot of subscribers and a lot of following through TikTok and all that stuff, and at times, at the end of the day, people are just people, human beings. And especially if you're into content creating, it's a lonely road because a lot of times you're editing yourself, you're doing the content, and you're stuck in a room just editing yourself, right? That happens to me all the time, that maybe a lot of people see the clips and all that stuff. Like, I hardly ever go out, right? But I'm stuck here in the studio, like editing or thinking of new ideas, learning new things, or just watching more YouTube. Why? Because like I've told you in the past, like I'll watch other people's content, even if it's not related to podcasting or anything like that. But if I like a specific graphic out of this channel, I'll try to apply something similar to this one. Or when I'm listening to the radio, if there's something that I like, I'm always thinking of new ideas. So yeah, at the end of the day, they're just people. You never know.
I don't know. I think that's crazy that he thought about you, and then all of a sudden he was like, "Oh shit! Like, let me look." Like, what were the odds of him being like, "Let me look for Angel"?
Yeah. That's dope,
Dude,
huh?
it's like me the other day when I told you about the Venmo thing.
Right.
And it's like, what were the odds of me trying to be like, "Oh, let me go look on my freaking Venmo account"?
Well, tell them what happened.
Okay, so I think that was like 2 weeks ago. I think it was at the beginning of this month. It was like nighttime. Angel and the baby were like knocked out. And I was scrolling through TikTok. I couldn't sleep. And all of a sudden, I don't know why, I got an itch to go and download Venmo. I used to use Venmo a lot because Angel used to send me money through there. But then we started using Cell. So then my phone got like... kept saying that I didn't have any more storage space. So I ended up deleting a bunch of apps. And one of them was Venmo. So I don't know why. It was like past midnight. I'm like, let me download Venmo, like, Nomas por Nomas. I download Venmo and then I log into my account, and then all of a sudden it said transfer almost $600, and I was like, I thought it was to transfer from my checking account to Venmo or from my checking to something else, and I was like, what the heck? I was like, oh hell no, like, let me get out. What if I press on something and I send money like accidentally? Pero luego me dio la curiosidad, and I was like, wait, hold on, no, never mind, let me go back. So I opened the app again. And then I had like almost $600. And then 60 were from like... This money had been in my Venmo account since like September of 2023. Like, this is how long, dude, I hadn't had Venmo, dude.
That's crazy.
So I had deleted Venmo for like almost 2 years ago. And I had like $60 that my cousin had sent me that I don't even know what she sent him for, but she did. And then the rest of the money that added up to the almost 600, it was like some type of like settlement. And I was telling Angel, I think the settlement was for Instacart, which, if you guys don't know what Instacart is, like, you go grocery shopping for people and then you deliver the groceries and you get paid for that. So it just said settlement, and I'm assuming it was that. But I had $600 in there. And then I think the next day I told you, I was like, babe, guess what? I had like $600. And he's like, from where? And then I was like, oh, I went on Venmo, and then like this came up, and he was like, no way. And I'm like, dude, what were the odds of me being like, let me go look on Venmo? Y ahí tenía dinero.
Yeah. Did you ever find out what the settlement was for?
No, I to this day, I don't know what the settlement is for. But I did get another email for another settlement.
What?
To sign up, so I need to do that one.
Oh, for this one you had signed up though?
For this, okay, so when there's like a lawsuit, and if, let's say for Instacart, you'll get an email saying like, oh, on our records show that you worked for this platform between here and here. If you want to, you can sign up, and then you'll get money for the settlement. But you never know how much it is.
But did you sign up though at one point?
I'm assuming I did. If it is for Instacart, I'm pretty sure I did.
Okay, but you don't remember signing up for any by any chance?
Dude, that was from like 2023. So if I signed up for something, it must have been 2022.
Oh, okay.
But right now in my email, I have another email from another settlement.
Damn.
From Instacart. So I need to do that one.
Oh, shit. That's crazy.
Another $500.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So how's that related though to when it comes down to like the call, or you mean like there's no mistakes? Is that what it is? Or?
I'm not saying there's no mistakes, but I'm just saying like, why? Like, he got the itch of being like, let me look up Angel. Mm-hmm. And I'm like saying it's similar to me having the same itch to be like, oh, let me look on Venmo when I had no business looking on Venmo.
Right. Okay.
That's where I was going at with that.
Okay. So how would you relate that? Just because it's just the random thoughts come into your head, or
yeah, like why would we get this itch
Yeah.
For no reason. Like, I just was like, why am I even going to download Venmo? When I was even like, "Ugh, I'm not even going to do this," but something inside of me kept saying like, oh, like, do it.
Yeah.
And then I did it, and then I had money in there.
Yeah. Well, it's like I kind of want to compare it to when it comes to anything in life, right? That at the end of the day, we're just put it right there, babe, so you're not like anything in life, right? That at the end of the day, we're just receptors, right? We're energy. So they like to say also that at times when people come up with ideas, in reality, it's not that you're, coming up with ideas. The thing is that the idea is floating around within the like energy throughout the world or whatnot, and it just so happens that you were the receptor that caught that idea. But if you don't take action, the same idea is still floating around, and somebody's going to be able to grab it, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not really that you're discovering, not really that you're coming up with it, is that you discovered it, right?
Yeah.
So like any invention or things like that, it's out there already.
Yeah, well, it's like the people that dedicate themselves to doing something in a specific, like, como dicen, el sol brilla para todos. You could be for somebody that does airbrushing, and there can be 20 other people, and like if you guys all got that idea, like, then you guys are gonna have those customers too. There's this quote, going to quotes. There's this quote que dice el sol brilla para todos, pero dicen, si Dios te dio la idea, if God gave you the business plans, He's gonna give you the clients.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So how come you don't pursue any of your business? Because on your Instagram still says,
dude, my Instagram is so outdated.
And your Instagram still says boss babe or something like that.
Next question.
Yeah. All right. So based on what he was kind of saying, that I think he mentioned something along the lines that I've always been like very like goal orientated and things like that. I think last time we were going to mention something about the birth chart. Does that make sense? Everything that he was saying, does that align to the birth chart?
Let's pull it out.
Yeah. Do you have it readily available right there?
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay. Cool.
Scrolling through.
Just a brief summary. I know it's kind of long.
So if you guys don't know the birth chart, you have to input your name. So first name, your whole name, however many names you have. You need to put your pronoun, he, her, whatever. He, her, whatever. You need to put the place where you were born. So for this instance, Angel was born here in San Diego, California. And you need to put the time. But I don't know what time you were born. I don't even know. I think I was born at 3-something in the morning. But if you don't know, you can put that you don't know. But I guess if you do know that time, it's more accurate. So, for example, Angel, he's an Aries. That's his sun rising. His moon is a Pisces. So Aries, Aries is a fire sign?
Yeah.
Okay. Pisces, it's a water sign.
Okay.
And then, okay, so here, your Mercury is in Aries. It's because there's a bunch, like, okay, so all of the planets, it'll show, I don't know.
But
all of your planets are going to show up right here. And then each planet is in a different zodiac sign. So, for example, I'm a Capricorn, and you have 3 placements in Capricorn.
What does that mean?
So, I need to scroll down to see what... Okay, hold on. Okay, it says... Okay, the sun in Aries. The sun is in Aries. Aries is the first of the zodiac, and Aries natives are the first to start and the first to finish whatever they set out to do. Aries is an active, energetic sign. True. People with sun in Aries are direct, straightforward, and uncomplicated. They expect the same from others and are baffled when they don't always get it. Now listen to this. The body comes first with Aries. Sun in Aries people are natural athletes.
Okay.
Okay, I see you, Slim Thick King. At the very least, their natural inclination is to use their bodies to get things done. They're not given to long, drawn-out emotional moments, nor are they big on planning ahead. Instead, they live their life simply. What is happening right now is most important to Aries.
No, I feel like last time it was
it's
more
because,
accurate.
babe, it's todo esto irá.
Oh, okay, but you shared some information last time that I was like, okay, that's very accurate.
Here, hold on. Let me scroll down.
Do you remember that you were mentioning? And
Oh, I remember the one that stood out, and I was like, dude, this is you. That he's so impatient. Like, Angel's so impatient for everything.
like what?
Like, okay, when there's traffic, you're like, oh, why is there traffic?
Oh, yeah.
Like, little things, you're just like, oh, like, I don't.
Yeah, I hate just wasting time for things like that.
Yeah, I feel like you're just an overall very impatient person. So
yeah, when it comes down to that, like, yeah, when it comes down to certain things, like, dude, just tell me right now. like, you know what I mean?
You just hate waiting.
Yeah, I don't like waiting.
Yeah.
Si se va a hacer, que se haga ahorita. You know what I mean? But anyways, I don't think Chelo will be a good zodiac reader.
No, I'm not.
No, but it's a lot of information.
Yeah, it's literally like pages, babe. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
it's gonna take us a while to
read
this.
but last time that you were mentioning, it was pretty accurate. So it's a birth chart, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you also have a life path number that is different from your birth chart.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what the life path is?
No. What is that?
So the life path number is you add up all your numbers on your birthday until you get a single digit, and that single digit means something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Unless you have a master number. I think the master numbers are 11, 22, and 33.
Okay. And what does that number do, or what?
So when you, like, let's say your life path number is a 7, you look it up on Google and it'll tell you like a bunch of things about your life.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's different for everybody, so that's why I'm saying that you would need to look it up.
But like for instance, what? Have you looked up yours?
No, I've never looked up mine.
Oh, okay. So Chelo just yapping right now.
Oh my God. I know my life path number is a 7. I think yours is a 7 or an 8. I'm not sure.
Okay, but you don't know what it does or what?
Well, that's why you need to look on Google.
So Chelo's just yapping.
Yeah. Next question.
Chelo.
Here, let me look it up, pues, ya. Porque no estoy diciendo nada.
No, it's fine.
No, ahora lo voy a buscar porque te quité.
All right, so last time that we were in, this is like completely off topic. Last time we're always going to Sleeper Village, right? And we, at one point, we were trying out different restaurants. Well, we were stuck at one restaurant, right? Buying just like pizza and a beer, right? But then we decided to go to this like little like taco shop, Mexican like little restaurant. Yeah. And was, it was hot, and I was going to order a michelada, but then I realized the cost of the michelada was like $15, right? And I'm like, nah, you know what? Se me antoja, but not that much. Not $15 worth, right? Anyhow, so we went back this past weekend, right?
Yeah, we've been going like every weekend for over a month now.
Yeah, so we went this past weekend, and they called our order, which we got like some carne asada fries type of thing, and I was getting the order, and I noticed that somebody had ordered a michelada, but what caught my attention, that I even mentioned it to Chelo, was that because in the picture it's a plastic clear cup, right?
With their logo, no?
No, it doesn't have their logo, and it has a rim around like with like chamoy, and I think they put tajin. And then they decorate the cup with like chamoy like all over the cup, right? So it looks good. And then they put the piece of
the tamarindo stick.
Yeah, like a tamarindo stick. So it looks like, oh man, these look good, right? But what I realized, which I kind of want to get your take, we briefly touched on it, but I'm very, very curious what people have to think. So what I realized is that, yeah, they have this clear cup. I literally saw the girl was kind of trying to be like fast when she did it. Yeah, she really did. She kind of looked around. She went to the fridge. She got a michelada from the fridge, the ones that you can buy from 7-Eleven, like the
Do you remember the brand?
I think it was the Budweiser one, I believe. Right? So so she got it, she opened it. Well, she got the clear cup. She put chamoy like inside of the clear cup, and then she opened the michelada one from that you can get from 7-Eleven, right?
That's like $5.
Yeah, and then she just poured it on there, and she put the rim on top. She put the tamarindo candy little stick on top, and they sold it
Your order's ready.
And they sold it for $15, right? When I think the michelada at 7-Eleven, I think it's a little like what, like $5?
Yeah, it is $5.
So they're profiting a good like $10 out of it. It's around there, approximately at least half.
Yeah,
they're making at least half of it. When I saw that, I was like, what the heck? I almost feel like cheated on, right? When it comes down to that, because I'm like, dude, like I really thought it was a homemade michelada.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, what the heck? I thought at first, my first initial thought was, man, that's kind of messed up, man. You know, like you guys are just getting a freaking michelada from 7-Eleven, just pouring it in a cup and just decorating it, and here you go.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Okay, so I remember when we first started going to the restaurant, Angel, you were the one that pointed out the whole michelada thing before you even saw all of this. Right. And I remember seeing the picture and I was like, damn, that looks bomb. Yeah. And then when I saw the price, I was like, hell no, $15 for a michelada, they're crazy. Yeah. Now that you figure this out, I'm just like, oh, I'm glad we never got one.
But what's your thought about that? You think that's good?
That is messed up. But then think about it. When you used to go out to the club, dude, how much will you pay for a bottle? Oh, that was at the store, dude. Like a Bucanas at the store could be like $30-$50. Oh, okay. And you're gonna go to the freaking club and pay 2, 3, 4 times the price.
Oh, that's a very good point. I hadn't thought about it like that.
Like, okay, like for example, right now too, like we went out to dinner, and if you have a drink or just do a shot. Yeah, a shot is like $15-$20.
Okay, but the thing is that maybe I wouldn't feel like the way I felt is if they would have put the can, the picture of the can right next to the clear cup, right? To promote like, hey, it's this that you're buying. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like saying like, oh, it's the Budweiser brand or the Modelo.
Right. I feel like if they would put the can itself of the michelada and the plastic cup like decorated, like, hey, this is what you're buying, then I'll be like, oh, okay, well, I'm just buying that, right? And they're making it look cool. Yeah. But my initial thought was, oh, it's homemade, like the michelada mix or whatever. I think that's what bothered me. But to your point, I agree with you. No matter where you go, they're going to upprice whatever the item is. Mm-hmm. So you bring up a good point, but I think to my initial thought was that I was being like scammed.
Yeah. I wonder though, then if you want a michelada, they're going to be like, oh, what beer do you want? Like, oh, I want a Modelo. Then they're going to get the Modelo michelada, because how are they going to give you a Budweiser michelada when you ask for a Modelo? Right.
Oh, okay.
So maybe next time when we go, we should be like, just be curious and be like, oh, what flavors do you have for the beer, for the micheladas? Yeah. And then they're going to be like, oh, we have Budweiser, we have this, we have that. So then we're going to know that those are the cans that they have in the fridge.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Or I wonder if they're going to be like, oh, we only have Budweiser, right? Because they only have one.
Yeah. But then if they only have Budweiser, they wouldn't sell that many.
I don't think it was Budweiser. I think it was a Modelo one. But regardless, whatever it is.
Must be in Bud Light, because Bud Light has micheladas. Yeah,
Bud Light. Modelo do too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just when I first saw that, I was like, nah, that's messed up, man. But to your point, maybe they're going above and beyond, because obviously they have to upsell whatever it is. Yeah. Right. And they're making it look cool. So maybe it's not that bad, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, like a lot of the times when you go to the grocery store, you're like, oh, I'm going to buy this juice. I don't know, like, for example, an apple juice, like I don't know, give me a brand, the Mott's juice for apple juice, right? And a lot of the times people are like, oh, I'm going to buy the brand name because it's better than the little knockoff brand from the store. But a lot of the times, dude, it's the same shit in both containers. It's just one's a knockoff brand y la otra tiene el nombre.
Yeah. Yeah.
But people are like, oh no, like the Mott's is better, or whatever brand it is.
Right.
They're like, oh, this one's better than the other little knockoff brand, but a lot of the times it's the same thing.
Right, like the cereal.
Yeah, it's like all the cereals is basically the same thing, but it's just like people go off by the brand.
Well, it's like anything in life, right? For instance, at times when you buy like knockoffs of like Louis Vuitton, at times you can't even spot the differences from the fake one or the real one. Mm-hmm. But they say that a lot of the times those same products are coming, well, the original one and the fake one, quote unquote, right? They're coming from the same, ¿cómo se llama? Company?
Manufacturer?
Yeah, manufacturer, just that maybe there was like a little defect on it. So they kind of like, they weren't supposed to sell it, but they sell it on the side, right? So, yeah, I guess at the end of the day, people can upsell whatever.
Yeah.
I think, and this is something completely random, but I think I think a while back, a lot of people were selling, I think, cheesecakes de la Costco. Oh, no, eran las...
las roscas.
Las roscas,
yeah.
Y parece que la estaban vendiendo. I think they were selling it por pedazos, too.
I remember when the whole rosca thing was going on, it was like, let's say the rosca at Costco was like 200 pesos, and then they were like even selling it like 4 or 5 times the price.
Okay.
And I don't remember. I'm pretty sure they were probably selling it by the slice
right.
too.
I think that cheesecakes too. I think people buy the whole cheesecake from Costco, which is really, really good, right? And I think what people are doing is they cut it in pieces and they put it like a clear container and they sell the cheesecake individual pieces. And you know what I was thinking too, you know how your sister wants to do like cakes. Pastries and things like cakes like that to sell. Why can't you do something like that, right? Instead of like you having to cook everything, instead of cooking and baking all these different items for you to like to take hours and then finally have your finished product. Instead of that, just getting a cheesecake, cutting a slice, putting a strawberry on top, and decorating it. That's it. It would be the same thing as what this restaurant is doing. Yeah. They just make it their own, and here you go. They make it presentable.
Yeah, or what makes you think that like, oh, the restaurant's pastries are not like Costco or like a big brand like that, and they're just like cutting you up a piece.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like el flan, el cheesecake.
Yeah.
I don't know. Different
No.
desserts.
You know what? Fuck. I think somebody had mentioned that in an old podcast that restaurants do. I guess a lot of restaurants do things like that. Because, for instance, that cheesecake from Costco is very good.
Yeah, ¿y cuántos pieces no te van a salir?
And now if they put like a little brownie or something on the top, a little leaf. Then
and the restaurant's going to probably sell you that little slice for like $10.
Yeah. When
the whole thing is like, what, 20?
Yeah. Huh. That's very interesting, right? So going back to the whole michelada thing, yeah, at first it was a little upsetting, but I guess they do it everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Por ejemplo, like that one time that I shared that story of that lady that
the croissant one?
Yeah. That this lady goes to Costco, buys the croissants from Costco, and then she'll buy the chicken. I don't know if I can say that. Rotisserie?
The rostizado chicken, that's what I call it. I can't say.
Yeah, I can't say it either.
The rostizado.
That chicken, that $5 chicken.
Rotisserie.
Yeah, I can't say that either. And so she'll get that chicken already cooked, and she just makes sandwiches out of that, and she sells them individually. Mm-hmm. So, hey, people are hustling out there. We have to think of something like that. Something that's already pre-made and you just like make it your own.
Then you're going to be like, we're going to be like the Michelada people.
Hey, everybody's doing it, right? So we got to think of something.
A mobile, what's it called? Bar.
Mobile bar?
Yeah. Anyways,
Chelo's yapping.
Yeah, it's late.
It's just so you guys know what time it is. It's currently 12:35 in the morning. So that's one of the reasons why I'm wearing glasses. At times I wear glasses because, dude, I'm freaking tired, and then I have the light like hitting
your
on
leg.
me. Usually I wake up like at 4:35 in the morning. So right now being 12, it's like I'm freaking tired right now. So that's why I like to wear the glasses. If not, I'm gonna look all beat up, But okay, taxes being added to the bill. When did that happen?
Okay, so at the beginning of the video, we're talking about how Angel has been losing weight, but we have been going to Menchie's, which is like frozen yogurt, almost every night or every other day, right? So the other day, we've been going to the same location for a while, and from one day to another, they changed, in this specific location, they changed their paying system, because before you would grab your little ice cream and do your thing, and then you would go pay, and they would ask you for your phone number. So you would give them the phone number, and they'd be like, oh, you have a $5 reward. Do you want to use it? Yes or no? And then you would pay. And then one of the last times that we went, the girl was like, oh, we have a new paying system. Now you, the customer, have to input your phone number. And then I did, and she was kind of like walking me through. And then when it got to the tip part, she's like, oh, make sure you press no tip unless you want to leave a tip. Because if you bypass the tip, it said tip, like to put in the amount, no tip, or enter to go and pay. If I would have just pressed enter, it was automatically going to add like the 10%. And then I was like, girl, what the heck? And that specific Menchie's, because that's what it's called, like, their customer service sucks, because the girls that work there at night, like, they're always in the chisme, and they don't even ask you, like, oh, do you want a lid? Do you want a bag? Do you want a spoon? And the different Menchie's that we go to, like, in Alta Ranch, like, they're on it. And these other girls, like, they don't even care. So I'm just like, why would you even ask for a tip when you guys don't even do it? Like, I don't know, like, the other Menchie's from Alta Ranch is, like, at least they're doing something. I don't know if it's extra or not, but the other people are like, oh, like, here, nomás paga y ya.
Right.
So
the whole tip thing, it would, if she would have told you, you would have pressed entered,
which I would probably had.
Right.
It would have added a automatic 10%.
Yeah, I shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, I don't know why it was set up like that. But when did we get Menchie's? Yesterday too, right? Yesterday we went to the Menchie's in Alta Ranch. They don't have that paying system yet. Oh, so it's just, I guess maybe eventually all of them are gonna have it, but the one in Alta Ranch doesn't have it. The one here does. How
do you feel about right now you brought up a good point, right? That let's say when you go pick up like something from a fruteria, right? For instance, at times we go to fruteria to pick up like some sandwiches or some fruit salad, and when you pay, it always pops up, would you like to leave a tip, right? I always get awkward, not really, right? But I always feel like a little bit of pressure because the cashier is there, ready to, like, she's like ready for me to like put my card in and then like sign off on it. But then I see, I see them looking at me, right? And then I'll put no tip, right? My point of view, going back to what you were saying, is that, like, dude, at times they don't really do anything. They just give you the food. And that's the way I look at it, right? But because at the end of the day, it's their job. And it's not like they provided me a service extra from me just purchasing this item that I bought already. Yeah. So why would I leave a tip? Or what's your thought process with that?
Yeah, I don't really care to be like, no tip.
Okay.
I don't care to put no tip. However, a lot of times, like, it just honestly, for me, it depends on the customer service. Like, if they start doing small talk and we just end up having a random conversation and I feel like they're doing a good job, then I will leave a tip. But for the most part, I don't.
So it's based on conversation?
Yeah, it's based on for me, it's based on conversation. But usually for like Starbucks, I put no tip.
Okay. So a conversation is big.
Yeah.
In order for you to leave a tip.
Yeah. Well, for me. Okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you would say, like, for instance, an Uber driver, if they're, being a good communicator with you, talking, hey, how are you doing today? If they're nice, you feel like that's when you would leave a tip?
Yeah. Like, I remember this one time that I went out in TJ and I got this Uber from my house. And it was like an old señor. And dude, his car was like beat up. Like the front windshield was all freaking cracked. And I was like, oh my gosh, what freaking Uber am I getting on? And from the minute, like, you know, those memes that you're like, no voy a preguntar nada, no voy a preguntar nada. And then you're like, oh, how is the night going? Like, you start the conversation, like you as a client.
Right.
And this señor, he started the conversation, and it was just kind of like, oh, dude, like, I don't want to freaking talk. Like, I just, like, take me to where I'm going. Like, I don't want to hear it.
Right.
But it actually ended up being a really good conversation. And I was like, oh, damn. So midway from my house to wherever I was going to, he was like, oh, I'm low on gas. Do you mind for me to stop at the gas station? And I was like,
oh, what the heck?
I was like, this is sketch.
Yeah.
And then I was like, dude, like, if he doesn't put gas, I'm like, he's not going to make it to wherever I have to go.
Right.
So then I was just kind of like, okay. I was like, all right, just go put gas.
Dude, that's scary, especially in TJ, man.
Yeah, so he ended up putting gas, dude, and then he went and dropped me off to wherever I was going. And I remember, dude, we had a really good conversation and ended up tipping him what the ride was.
Really? But at the same time, I would have been like, dude, like, you're delaying me on my freaking trip. You know, like, why would I leave you a tip? I get it, right? The conversation was pretty cool and whatnot. But then at the same time, like, oh, because you didn't put gas before you picked me up, and now you're delaying me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just my point of view. So how do you feel about that just in general? Like, just to close up that conversation, do you feel like when you go just purchase something, do you feel like you should tip or not?
No.
That's how I see it. No, right? Like, nobody tips me at work for doing my job.
Exactly. Like, you're not going to tip the Amazon drivers.
True.
You're not going to tip the FedEx. I mean, they would probably deserve a tip to, like, the FedEx people that carry the big ass boxes. I mean, they are doing their job.
Yeah.
But, I mean, for that, then somebody that just like, oh, here's your Starbucks.
Yeah.
I'm going to get canceled for that.
Yeah. No, it's true, though. You know, at the end of the day, they got hired to do this work.
Yeah. Plus, like, for me, it's the conversation, and I'm big on, like, the attitude they have or the customer service they had, because I've worked in that. And if they're going to have, like, a nasty, like, bitchy attitude and they're still going to expect a tip, it's like, hell no. No tip.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I feel like for the most part, it's no tip. It just depends on those rare occasions.
Yeah, true. I think when somebody goes out of their way, that's when you have no problem leaving a tip behind.
A tip. Un tip.
That's when you have no problem leaving a tip behind. Yeah. Because then it's like, oh man, like they left an impression on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess it depends on the person, their attitude, and the situation.
Yeah. By the way, before we started the podcast, we went to have dinner over here by Old Town, and I think the bill was like, maybe with tip and everything, maybe like 130, right? But I was just telling Chelo that, man, we've gone to TJ just to go have dinner over there, and the food is like
half the price.
Yeah,
way better.
Yeah, half the price. The food is delicious. The customer service is freaking on point, right?
Guys, we go back to the whole customer service thing.
Yeah. And we go to Cabanas.
Cabana, yeah.
Cabana or Cabanas?
Cabana.
With
an A at the end.
Okay, yeah. We go to Cabana and TJ. So if you guys are ever in TJ, go to Cabana. It's super, super delicious. Yeah, and it's just one of those things that, man, what a difference, you know, from TJ and here and over there. Like, they leave a very, very good impression by their customer service. Over here, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad.
You know what I've noticed, though? That in Mexico, their customer service is 10 times better than over here. I don't know what it is.
I've saw this.
I don't know if it's because of, like, all these people are from over there. No, I don't. Maybe it's not that. I just feel like their customer service, for the most part, it's, like, way better than over here. I don't know why.
Yeah, I feel like almost at times I feel like here people expect like the workers. I feel like I don't know. I just feel
there's some workers que se creen the freaking owners of wherever they work at,
right.
too.
Yeah, but you know what? I think the difference in TJ is that they're trying to earn their money. You know, I think that's the difference. They're over there like, you know, they're trying to go above they're trying to go above and beyond to, you know, like maybe get that extra couple bucks or whatever.
That's true. They should do that over here too.
Yeah. All right. Let's do the viral video of the week so we can close it up. I am getting notifications that the baby's kind of
We better hurry.
Yeah, check on the...
Yeah, let me
well,
check
we're
the
going to do the
camera.
viral video of the week, and we're going to wrap it up right now.
Dude, can you turn on the air? It's getting hot.
El video viral de la semana. The viral video of the week en Hoy Nomás Podcast.
All right. Mientras que busco el video viral, Chelo, like, think of one of your favorite quotes or a quote that you really like. Since, what's his name? The caller mentioned that at one point I had mentioned that I live my life through quotes, and I haven't really mentioned much quotes. So think of a quote that you like.
I think I might have one here.
Okay.
Hold on, let me go to my Facebook. It says, ¿dónde está? I survived because the fire inside me was brighter than the fire around me.
Say that again?
I survived because the fire inside me was brighter than the fire around me.
How would you apply that to your...
Like to right now?
Yeah, just in general. Or why that quote?
I just thought of this quote because that's what I remember having this quote on Facebook, but I'm not really a quote person anymore.
But why that one?
Because you just asked me for a quote. Hi.
Chelo's just yapping today, man.
Dude, at this time, I have no human interaction. By this time, Angel and the baby are asleep, and I'm just like scrolling through TikTok. The baby just keeps moving, but she's still asleep. She's not awake, thankfully. Yeah, because I can't see anything.
This is the one that I was telling you about. Okay, so el video viral de la semana. I want to hear your point of view about this. I think we talked about it earlier, and we've talked about it in the past. So I want to get your point of view. Right?
Oh, I just read the caption right now. I think I know what it is about.
Hoy vamos a comprobar con reloj en mano este raro fenómeno que nos pasa a algunas personas, donde vamos a un lugar que está completamente vacío, llegamos y automáticamente empieza a llegar mucha gente.
¿Cómo estás? Buen día.
Pues ahí está, completamente vacío y con reloj en mano, no como otras personas que se graban y ahí están 2 horas hasta que llega la gente, así que chiste. Chequen, aquí nada más pasó un minutito y ya tenemos a la primera persona que vino por sus taquitos, 3 minutos más y tenemos otras 3 personas, prácticamente una persona por minuto. En lo que le dábamos fin a nuestros tacos de canasta llegó más gente que hasta para llevar están pidiendo. Pasaron 13 minutos y a este puesto ya llegó bastante, pero bastante gente. No sé a qué se deba, por ahí me han dicho tienes buena mano, pero a mí sí me da mucho gusto que los negocios siempre tengan gente.
Damn, that's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Este raro fenómeno.
What do you think about that?
I honestly think it's the energy of the people.
Right, because it's happened to me a couple of
to
times.
Us.
Yeah, it's happened that we go somewhere and then it gets packed. They're like, oh, like I think we mentioned like, oh, we got here at the right time because look, it got freaking packed.
Yeah, like one of the last times that we went to get Menchie's over there at Old Tay Ranch, literally it was just Angel was out there waiting with the baby and I just walked in there and it was empty. And all of a sudden I turned around, there was a whole freaking line behind me. Dude, of people like grabbing stuff, and I was just like, dude, how?
Dude, next time that we see an empty spot like that, let's try it out. See if it actually happens. Because we've noticed it, right?
Yeah.
But let's put it to the test to see if it actually happens.
Okay.
Because, yeah, that's crazy. Because a lot of times we do say that, like, oh, man, we got here at the right time because, look, now it's all freaking packed. But I've never really put it in that perspective that it might be because of our energy. Right. And not saying us in specific. Right. But at times it might happen to a lot of people, like this person that he went to this person to buy something and it was completely empty. And as soon as he bought something, a lot of people started showing up. I think also we had mentioned it that
characters.
Yeah. The characters, the simulation. Right.
Yeah.
That now because you entered into this restaurant or into this location, that now the matrix, the simulation is like, oh shit, now let's throw in a bunch of characters into Chelo's story, into
like this section is empty, kind of like Grand Theft Auto when you go somewhere and it's like empty and then there's a bunch of people
right
that get sent over there.
Yeah, like you unlock a place and now they have to put characters there.
Yeah, because they can't stay empty.
Yeah,
can't just be you there,
because now it became part of your reality, so now other characters have to show up there.
It's like, even you mentioned it earlier when we were driving back from the restaurant earlier, you're like, oh, look, the streets are empty. And you even said, oh, look, 7-Eleven is empty. And I was like, dude, that's so weird that 7-Eleven is empty on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
But there's also the fights and there's, I don't know, people are partying. I don't know.
All right. Yeah. Well, anyways, what's going to be the emoji for this episode, babe? What is it that we talked about that we can leave an emoji for? While you think about it, if you got to this point, subscribe to the channel. It'll really, really help us out. I know maybe we should be saying to subscribe to the channel at the beginning of the podcast, but if you made it this far and if you've not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. It'll really, really help us out a lot. Right now, we're not making any money out of the podcast, so it'll help us out a lot.
I think they can leave the beer emoji.
Beer emoji?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of everything we talked about.
Okay, beer emoji y también the Mexican flag.
Okay.
Por el 16 de
septiembre.
Yeah.
El
El 16 de septiembre.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Once again, my name is Angel.
And Chelo.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this video wasn't all over the place. We received a call that I wasn't expecting. It's almost 1:00 in the morning. But we're here trying to make it happen, trying to create content on a weekly basis for you guys. Once again, I appreciate everyone that supports the channel. So thank you once again.
Thank you, guys. So see you guys next time.
Aside from my usual quote of like, it's a greater risk not taking a risk, I want to say another one that I really like is there's nothing in this life that's worse than wasted talent, right? A lot of people in this life, which is the majority, everybody is gifted in one way or another, right? But if you're not utilizing your talents, there's nothing worse than that, right? Because God has gifted you this gift, this talent of yours, and you should be working towards making something great out of it, right? Because maybe you have a purpose and that's why you have this gift and you're not utilizing it or just wasting it. You shouldn't be doing that. Utilize this talent. We're all meant for greatness, right? You just have to work towards it. So, till next time.
Hoy no más.